All right, please, I want you guys to listen to the analysis of this lady. In fact, ever since I've been watching videos after the persecution of MNK, you see this very video is the highest because she stated the obvious fact about people who fought for freedom. In fact, he refreshed our minds on history about people who have led revolution or freedom fighting. What MNK is going through today, people who fought and liberated their nation, they passed through the same process. Even they were taken far away from their people in order to break their spirit. They did so to isolate them, to break their spirit. Most of them were kept in solitary confinement so that the oppressed regime will break their spirit. But in all, they came out victorious, and in all, they came out achieving their dreams and becoming the president of their nations. MNK case will not be different. They will not be different. You see the North, you see Sokoto, you see what these politicians did, this conspiration, persecute MNK, took him to Sokoto prison to break his spirit. They will later regret ever doing so, because there was a broadcast MNK made. He said, after this process, Ainaga, in his words, he said that Sokoto carry faith, it will return back to Gobert. That the original name of Sokoto is Gobert. That when Fulani conquered them, they changed the name from Gobert to Sokoto. And we all could remember that in one of his broadcasts, he said he was in UNN University of Nigeria, Nsukka, studying. At a point, he told his parents, his father, that he don't like the university, that he wants to go to Britain to study. Disturb the father until the father sent him to Britain to study. And he went there and read political economics. He said when he arrived in UK, he said he got to study. He got to make research. He got to study about UK to know why UK committed this abomination by, bringing people who are of different culture, religion, everything, bringing them together to form them as a country, being Nigeria. He said he studied everything about UK. There was a day he was in library. As he was studying, the library attendant have to force him out because he was researching, studying to know the secret of UK. The same thing will happen to this very Sokoto. Since he has started this journey of Biafra freedom, I don't think he has been to Sokoto, but now they sent him there. He will study. Now he will study about that caliphate. He will gather a lot of secret about that caliphate. He will gather a lot of secret about that caliphate, so that by the time he is done with Nigeria and that Sokoto Caliphate, it will no longer exist. As he said when he was a free man while broadcasting, that after we must have done with Nigeria, that Fulani, that Sokoto, Gobert they changed to Sokoto, that the real indigenous will take over their land. Now they sent him there. Listen to the analysis of this lady. All the freedom fighters who have fought at a time, at a point, the oppressor, the regime, they were fighting to liberate their people from, sent him off to their location. They kept them in isolated places to break their spirit, but at the end of the day, they came out more stronger. This is what we are about to see in MNK case. The people that conspired this, they will regret it. Even right now, in that Sokoto prison, the inmates there, they are seeing MNK as king. They said it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be in the same prison with him. You all could remember what Atiku, National University president, what he said, he's encountered with MNK. He said, even when he told his family member that he saw MNK in DSS, that he spoke with MNK, that he interacted with MNK, they said, you are kidding us. You are kidding us. So they doubted him. Say, MNK? He said, yes. He said, that means you going to DSS or them arresting you is divine. For you to meet with him, speak with him, discuss with him, is divine, is a privilege. The same thing will happen in Sokoto, and it have started happening. You see these people that took him there to break his spirit, they will later regret it. Just watch.
Even though Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has now been taken far away to Sokoto prison, distant from the southeast where his message and the movement began, history shows that distance has never defeated destiny. Very often, when a man carries a mission that is larger than himself, the system tries to silence him by removing him from his base. But again and again, removal becomes reinforcement. Isolation becomes amplifications. What was meant to weaken the voice ends up strengthening the message. Many of the world's greatest freedom fighters were taken far away from the place their struggle began. Yet, that distance became the stage where their influence matured. Africa itself carries the same pattern clearly. Nelson Mandela began his struggle in Johannesburg, but was taken far away to Robben Island, then Portsmouth locations, chosen carefully to break him and separate him from his people. Yet, from those distant prisons, he became the global symbol of resistance, and the government grew stronger outside the walls. Patrick Lumumba was abducted and taken across Congo to Kantaga, far from his political base. Yet his ideas ignited Pan-African consciousness across the generations. We cannot forget about Samora Machel, who was moved into the colonial detention zones far from home. But the Mozambican liberation flame only grew hotter. These leaders show that geographical location, geographical distance cannot bury a righteous cause. The same pattern appears outside Africa. Mahatma Gandhi's struggle for India freedom matured when he was taken far away to South African prison. It was in foreign captivity that his philosophy of non-violent resistance became unstoppable. Even Fidel Castro's imprisonment far from Havana became the turning point that inspired the Cuban Revolution. Ho Chi Minh endured the foreign prisons in China and Hong Kong, yet the Vietnam liberation movement only expanded. The message from all these examples is one: when the mission is divine or deeply rooted in truth, distance does not diminish it, it defines it. Oppression forces the message to expand. Isolation forces supporters to unite. Captivity forces the cause to clarify itself. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being taken to Sokoto prison is not the end of anything. It is simply another chapter in a story that history itself has recorded many times. If destiny has called a man, The location of his body cannot cage the direction of his purpose. From Sokoto, the awareness, unity, and pursuit of justice can take an even more redefined shape, not through violence or chaos, but through legal battles, ideological awakening, and collective determination. Just as Mandela's message grew louder in Robben Island, Joseph's destiny unfolded in Egypt, and Paul's letters spread like fire from a Roman cell. So too can Kano's influence continue regardless of where he is head. Sometimes God allows a man to be moved far away, not to silence him, but to set the stage for what comes next.